these sorts of games, these gacha games. I did a Genshin video. I'm quickly looking at my characters here. I got Kolita, who's an S tier. Easily my best characters so far. I've only been playing for about 2 days at this point. I'm just going through a couple of my characters here. But like I was saying, I did a video on Genshin, I did a video on Honkai Star Rail, and this is a game that's been hotly anticipated and really hyped up for quite a long time now, actually. I remember when the first trailer came out maybe a year or two ago, and it's a game that I've been keeping an eye on. I don't always play these types of games. I don't play Genshin. I played Honkai Star Rail for about a month. But I'm always like trying them out to see if one will catch my interest. I've been playing Azure Lane on and off for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now at this point. So I'm open to the gacha genre in general. Even though I don't spend money, but this game, and we are about to see what it has that others don't, is this fantastic combat here. Now, in this particular mission that I'm playing, I'm trialing this character who has like cat features and claws and such. It's almost like they tailor-made this character for me to like it. If you guys watched my Final Fantasy XIV live stream, you'll know my cat girl affinity. But anyway, but the combat in this game, specifically with this character here that I'm playing with, if you look at the way he's spinning around with his pistols and shooting, it reminds me a lot of Devil May Cry, if you've ever played those games. And I love those games. And obviously it's pretty simplistic because this is designed with mobile first, so it's really just left click basic attacks. You have a dodge, dash, you have an ultimate, you have a special move, you can swap characters. So it's not like you're doing a lot of complicated inputs or anything like that. But you can mix it up, like if you time your dashes right, you get these character switches like this. But this character especially is so much fun to play with. And this one here that I keep spending a lot of time as with the pistols, he's actually a free-to-play character. You get this character right off the bat. And I prefer the way this character plays more so than my S tier character. So it just goes to show you can still have fun even if you're not spending money now. I am still quite early into this game, so theoretically, potentially down the line that changes and you hit that free-to-play wall. But so far I haven't, and I am really enjoying it. I think some of my viewers, if you're a viewer who watches like a lot of the stuff I put out, maybe this sort of thing doesn't surprise you. But I know I certainly have some viewers who pretty much are only watching my sports content, right? And I don't mind that at all. I love sports and I love making sports related ASMR. Those are some of my favorite videos, right? So I think sometimes those people who only watch my sports content maybe get a little bit surprised or taken aback when I do videos like this, or I have some other ones talking about like anime, and I had the, because I am truly very into these sorts of nerdy and geeky things. is a part of me that will always be a degenerate weeb, even as I watch sports and play sports and all this other stuff. Part of me is still like, yeah, but I'm gonna go home and watch anime and play this mobile game where I can be a cat girl. And it is the dichotomy of my interests, I suppose. But this part of the game, so I've showed you the combat. But there's also this sort of puzzle solving type segments as well that I also find really intriguing. So, in this particular puzzle, there's a train coming down the tracks, and you have to, like, divert the path so it can safely reach the end. And then you see these blue buttons, and you have to push those carts onto the buttons in order to hold them down. Now, it's not like this is some extremely difficult puzzle, though at one point I do struggle with it a bit. So you can see the train is now coming. But, you know, it is still nice to have these other sorts of gameplay loops. They see a little bit more of the track, but I'm going to move away from it, and it's going to go away, of course, because I need to move. There's other cards I need to move. Heavy objects, it takes me a second here because I'm trying to move that one because I don't see that there's another part to the map. So I was just talking about how the puzzles aren't that difficult, but then I proceed to struggle with said puzzles. So maybe they're a little bit harder than I thought. But this segment's really cool. So then as you're solving the puzzle, like obviously that triggered this cutscene here. And the cutscenes in this game, you know, hoyovers, I know they just basically print money at this point. So yeah, I shouldn't really be surprised. But these are really high quality cutscenes. With good voice acting. Now I was playing with the Japanese voices, but the English voices in this game are also really good. You can also have Chinese or Korean voices, I believe. And then doing this here, you get this other character who has this sort of buzzsaw type weapon. So you exit that cutscene and you come into this combat here where you can use her. And I don't think you immediately unlock these characters, but it just sort of allows you to test out these characters in a mission setting. So down the road, if you're doing your polls, you know, doing the gacha system, and you pull one of these characters and unlock them, you know how to use them. But see, she has these big heavy swings in this sort of move here, and she's doing a lot of damage. But like I said, that free-to-play character with the two pistols, in my opinion, feels more fun and fluid than her. And I think she's a premium unlock character. So, you know, it just goes to show you can still fund the game without spending money theoretically. I mean, that saw is kind of going away, and then boom there, and then right to the cat, and see just that fluidity, just that segment right there. That sort of combat in this game, like, completely sold me on this. And I don't know how long I'll be playing this game, maybe only a month, maybe not even a month, you know, but I definitely am having fun with it for the time being. And there's like bonuses and stuff, like I think you get 110 pulls if you get to a certain level as like an introductory gift, things like that, so I'll probably at least get to that point. Now this one gave me a little bit of trouble, I'm not gonna lie. You know, but like I said, I've been playing Azure Lane for years at this point, and that's a game that's very casual friendly, very free to friendly, and you can go away for months at a time, come back, and still be jumping right in. And the character designs in Azure Lane, in my opinion, are pretty much unrivaled by any other gacha game. When I was in Tokyo, there was a store that had a little statue of one of my favorite ships in Azure Lane. Because if you're not familiar, in Azure Lane, all the characters are historical warships, submarines, boats, from different wars, mainly like World War II era. Except for they are anime girls, so it's like ship girls. And so that game's been a mainstay for me, but outside of that, these games come and go. But this one is so extremely well polished. You know, I would say even more so than Genshin Impact. The combat is more polished. And as much as I like JRPGs and turn-based combat, for some reason in Honkai Star Rail, for me personally, it just wasn't working. I don't know, I feel like just the combination of like gacha game and turn-based combat, like it was good in theory, but in actuality it didn't really work for me. But so far this is really holding my interest. You see there's this menu here with all these different options. There's different bundles you can get, of course. But I actually discovered that there is a redemption code. So if you're playing this game, Zenless gift, there is your redemption code. And then you just have to go, well, I come here and I get my achievements first and foremost. I don't know why I did that. You get your internaut level. And no, that's nothing to do with furries, that's internet. It's meant to be. But you get 1600 polychrome. You see all these different obviously mail gifts here as the game is in its opening days. The developers occasionally send out things through in-game mail. And then this was a little bit further in my play. I'd unlocked this other area outside of the starting zone. And you have like these VR trials you can do. So you come up here, you approach the desk, and you have some well-designed characters there behind the desk. And it says you have to do the VR combat, so you're okay. And you have different options. So this one's a stun drill that I'm doing. You can build an enemy card lineup, so it's telling me to like take out, try removing that enemy. So I did that, and I was like, alright, we'll take this plan. And then we go in, select our team. So obviously I'm going to take Galita, my S tier. And I'm taking Billy Kid because I love the way he plays. And then I take Nicole because she's a support character. And I like her character design in this game. Now her, like I said, I don't love the way she handles, but she does really good damage, and her stun is really good. And I like using these like sort of wrenches as weapons. I think it's just kind of cool in general. Oh, look at that perfect dodge there. But you're fighting these big, heavily armored, and so you just do things. You can do things like that are super fluid. Which you can't do things like that in Genshin, and that like changing out system like that feels really fun to play with, especially if you're experimenting with different characters in your lineup and your party and stuff. Because they just come in and they hit obviously different moves. Like there she hits that black hole, he does that spin move. What I love about him is if you just hold down your attack, you'll just shoot. Now I do his ultimate, but he was way too far away and doesn't actually end up doing any damage. So I have to swap back to her and finish him off here. But we get the wipeout on this little VR training. Boom, investigation complete. S tier, we completed all of the objectives. And we had 18 of those hammers, which allow us to upgrade our max level cap. So that's pretty cool. So now we can come in here. You see, all my characters are level 10. But now because we got those hammers, you can promote. And now their max level is level 20, right? So you can add in these tapes and boom, up to level 20. Your stats are obviously increased. And notice you still have the little exclamation points. I had to go check that out. And as you can see, if you hit certain level caps, you get tapes which you can use to do polls. So I was had to come and do that for my other characters as well. But yeah, so that's just a little bit of a taste of Zenless Zone Zero. This is a game I've been somewhat excited about for a little while. I thought with it just coming out, there might be some people out there looking for ASMR for this game. If you'd like me to do more videos about this, if this gets a decent amount of views, I might do so. Right now I don't plan to, but it's up to you guys really. If I do hope you liked the video though. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this almost every single day. Until next time, guys.